Photo booth, nice.
Yeah. Hi, it's Scott with Michigan Pool News. I'm actually here with Todd Lyons with H2, and he's going to speak a little bit about drives and, this month's budgeting. We got the budgeting report going on. We got some videos from Kevin on there. And the one I want to talk about is how we help a lot of our clients budget for things that ultimately pay them back. In energy savings or what have you. One of the first ones that we're talking about was going into Ann Arbor schools now. It's in Dearborn schools and quite a few other places. There's a product called Heat Saver. You can find them online, and they kind of show how when this product gets applied to the pool, it basically stops any outgassing of heat, chemicals, and if it's dispensed properly, it'll save big dollars, and a lot of the schools are using it now. Another product that is real helpful is made by PPG is called AccuTab, and basically because of their feeders is why it can save you money. These feeders only feed chlorine when it calls for chlorine. Most of the chlorine feeders out there have a tendency to run 24/7, and as Todd knows, $750 a year. Yeah, just pure energy cost. One of the newer ones that we're starting to see fit not every pool light, but a lot of the lights is a company is called Pure White Light. And basically they've made up an LED bulb replacement for your existing pool fixtures. And 40 watts compared to 500 watts. So the savings you could just start to guess. And they've got and their hours too, 50,000 hours on this bulb compared to a normal 2,000 hours on a regular 500 watt bulb. So life and low draws. So another one that a lot of people don't think of as energy savings is if you don't have a controller on your chemical feed system. I mean, when you're just manually trying to operate it, there's been a lot of talk about this, and people have thrown around a number 30% savings somewhere in that area on chemicals if you're controlling it properly with some type of pH, ORP, ppm sensors to keep the chlorine dead on where it needs to be all the time. Another one that we've been working with a lot of owners on and are in the midst of working with quite a few more is regenerative media filtration compared to sand filtration. And how this one pays you back is just by pure water savings. And it just saves a ton of energy for heating and chemicals, and just because it doesn't backwash like your normal system. It's made by Neptune Benson. It's called their Defender line. You can find it online at defender.com, defenderfilter.com, and it is a really good product. And then the last one, I'll let Todd talk a little bit about. You might know something about this.
It's the EcoFlow C. It's the aquatic variable frequency drive. For the budgeting on this, typically the audit takes about 15-20 minutes. A couple of the particulars you got to look for in the mechanical room. What required flow rate by the health department, any integration into building management or your UV systems, what have you. I do about a 20-minute audit, and on the lower horsepower motors, your 5, 7.5, and 10s, you're typically looking at about a 2.5, 3 year payback, again, depending on the size and the design of the system, and obviously on the 15, 20, 25s and 30s and so forth, the payback on those drives are usually within a year. So good stuff to be had, and again, like Scott said, it's a good time of the year now to look at all the different facets in your mechanical room, because at the end of the day, these swimming pools are energy hogs, and we're finally in the movement. It's finally catching up that people are starting to do something about it. So good stuff.
Oh, thanks, Todd. And the other thing that's going on with the drives too is with us filling out some paperwork for the state, they'll allow us to go back to the old 8-hour turnover at night. Paul at the DEQ in Michigan said, if it makes sense and it saves clients money and it's better on our energy grid and all those things, I think it's a good thing. So, well, thanks for viewing Michigan Pool News, and there's a lot of articles on there this week, and have a great time.
Have a good one.